What's up, guys? Welcome back to the UFC arena. UFC 266 is coming up. Yes, I know your boy has been missing in action. I took a little hiatus, but we're back for this banger of a card. So let's talk about it. Run the intro. Alright guys, so in this video we're going to talk about the main event, the co-main event, and the co-main event, Nick Diaz versus Robbie Lawler. So let's start there. This is an interesting fight and it's very hard to predict because we don't know how Nick Diaz is going to look. It's been years since Nick Diaz's last official fight. We have no idea how good he is still. He says he's good. He says he's better than before. But I mean, fighters always say that, right? This is the best shape I've been in. I'm way better than I was. Like, okay, yeah. So we just have to see it. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just saying we don't know. Ring rust for some people is a real thing. For Dominic Cruz, it's a figment of the imagination, but for some people, and I figure for someone like Nick Diaz, it actually might be a real thing because of the lifestyle that Nick Diaz lives. It's no secret that Nick Diaz is out there partying. It's no secret that he's out there smoking, enjoying life. I don't know how often he trains, but I don't imagine he's in the gym training hard every day as if he has fights coming up, you know. I believe he'll be in good shape. I just don't know if his timing will be there. I don't know what kind of pressure he would feel fighting in front of a crowd after so many years. So there's so many things we don't know about Nick Diaz. But for the sake of this video, let's imagine he's just as good as he always was, right? And he's going against Robbie Lawler. Their last fight was 17 years ago. That is a long time, okay? Robbie Lawler has improved since then, and then he's also begun to decline since then. These guys are both older, so I think in some ways we could kind of take age out of the factor because they have similar ages. So what can we expect from this fight? A stand-up boxing match. These guys are going to throw hands. They're going to come to fight. Robbie Lawler is going to want that one back, you know, even though it was 17 years ago. I'm sure that doesn't sit well with him, and he's so happy to have this opportunity to get it back. And Nick Diaz, he's a fighter, right? The Diaz brothers in general, they are fighters. That never leaves them. And I think once he gets into a firefight, once he starts getting hit, that's going to wake up the Diaz brother inside of him. And he's just going to go to war, right? Like a street fight, make it dirty, make it grimy, right? Nick Diaz does have good hands. And we also know that Diaz brothers have excellent jiu-jitsu. I don't really see a submission taking place in this fight. I think Robbie Lawler, although he's not known for his jiu-jitsu, he has excellent submission defense, excellent takedown defense, and he does really well. Things haven't been going that great for Robbie Lawler though. He is 1-5 in his last 6 fights, KO'd by Tyron Woodley. He beat Donald Cerrone, lost to RDA, lost to Ben Askren, lost to Colby Covington, lost to Neil Magny, right? So he is definitely on the decline here. He's 39 years old, so it's understandable, right? So this is actually a great fight for Nick Diaz to come back to. And I think that if Nick Diaz is his old self, it's a very winnable fight for him. I don't know, I keep going back and forth in my head because it's hard to make a prediction for this fight. You don't know what version of Nick Diaz is going to show up, and Robbie Lawler is not at his best. I do think Nick Diaz has good cardio and good pressure to beat someone like Robbie Lawler, and I think it is possible for him to beat Robbie Lawler again. And we just have to look and see for this one, guys. But I'm gonna make a little bold prediction and say Nick Diaz is gonna win, and he's gonna win a decision. Next up, we have Valentina Shevchencko versus Lauren Murphy in the co-main event. Ooh, this one is so close, guys. It's so hard for me to call. I'm not sure if sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. This fight is not close, guys. Valentina Shevchencko is going to destroy Lauren Murphy, and she's going to move on to the next one. I like Valentina Shevchenko's fights because it's pretty easy to predict. Valentina Shevchenko is going to dominate the fight everywhere. She literally has no weaknesses. She's in her prime. You fight on the ground, that's not easy. You fight on the feet, that's not easy. She will take you down and beat you on the ground. If you think you're a grappler, she will out-grapple you. If you think you're a striker, she will outstrike you. She is just an all-round beast. She works very hard to be where she's at, and the other girls just aren't on her level, including Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy is a good fighter. Let's get that straight, right? Lauren Murphy is a good fighter. She's done really well. She's a finisher. She's a gritty fighter, and she does not give up. However, that heart and that toughness is not enough. So, easy prediction. Valentina Shevchencko is going to win, and I think she's going to find some way to finish Laura Murphy, most likely on the ground. I can't possibly see this fight going to a decision as well, though. Alright, now we have come to the main event of the evening. Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega. Who's going to win? This is a great fight, guys. This is a great fight. I'm really excited for this fight. Alex Volkanovski, he's not the flashiest fighter, but he is damn hard to beat. That's the thing. He is a winner. He has a game plan. He sticks to his game plan. He executes it very well, and he wins very, very often. His record is ridiculous. He is 22-1, and his one loss was 8 years ago in his 4th fight. Like, come on. And when you look at the names on his record, Max Holloway twice. We all know the controversy there, but at the end of the day, he did really well, and I do think he won both fights, honestly. I hate to say it because Max Holloway might damn near be my favorite fighter in the entire UFC. I just think that Max let his foot off the gas. If Max did more in any one round, Max could have won both those fights. But anyway, Alex Volkanovski beat Max Holloway twice, beat Jose Aldo, beat Chad Mendes, beat Darren Elkins. Those are some good names, okay? And he's going up against Brian Ortega, who also only has one loss and also has beat some good names. He's defeated Cub Swanson, and most recently he put on a striking clinic against the Korean Zombie, which took me by surprise. So what is each one of these guys bringing to the table in this fight? Volkanovski is 32 years old, Ortega is 30 years old. Ortega is slightly taller, Volkanovski has a longer reach. What does Volkanovski bring? He brings power, he brings speed, he brings a variety of attacks. He will throw kicks, he will throw punches, and he will not just throw the same punches or the same combinations. He mixes things up really well. He will also throw a lot of feints to keep you guessing. He has powerful wrestling, dominant ground and pound, good positioning, and he's an all-round safe fighter that executes his game plan flawlessly. Brian Ortega, on the other hand, far from a safe fighter. He has grown leaps and bounds in his striking. I mean, grown leaps and bounds. I was very impressed and how composed and how polished his striking looked against the Korean Zombie. I thought Korean Zombie was going to knock Brian Ortega out, but I was very wrong. Ortega's striking has grown tremendously, and of course his ground game is nothing to be trifled with. Let's be real. Volkanovski knows that. Volkanovski will not be going to the ground with Ortega under any circumstances, which means that this fight is going to be a stand-up affair unless Ortega gets Volkanovski to the ground. Do I think Ortega is going to be able to take down Volkanovski? No, not really. Maybe if he throws one slick, well-timed takedown in there, it could happen. But overall, I don't think Ortega has the takedown ability to defeat Volkanovski's takedown defense. However, we have seen he doesn't need you to be on the ground to jump on a guillotine. He doesn't need you to be on the ground to set up a beautiful submission. Ortega is the real deal when it comes to grappling, and Volkanovski wants no parts of it. So Volkanovski is going to want to keep it standing, and he's going to want to outstrike Ortega and outpoint Ortega. So it's going to be a test of striking, really. Ortega, I'm pretty sure, is confident that he can outstrike Volkanovski, and he's confident that if it goes to the ground, he could beat Volkanovski on the ground. So I could see the confidence factor. Ortega is a very exciting fighter, and he goes for the kill. And he has a lot of power. That's another thing. Ortega is very powerful. That knockout of Frankie Edgar was some real power. That knockout of Clay Guida was good power. He has variety of strikes, he has power, and he is very capable of finishing someone like Alexander Volkanovski. We saw that Max Holloway was able to drop Volkanovski twice. Right? Ortega definitely has the power to drop Volkanovski as well. So ultimately, what do I think is going to take place in this fight? I'm going to go with Alexander Volkanovski, and still, I think he is just too smart, he is too safe, and he knows how to win. He's just a winner in that regard. Brian Ortega is actually the person I would like to see win. I just like his character a bit more. I just like, his style, and it would be interesting to me to see Ortega as champion and to get that rematch with Max Holloway. But I do think Volkanovski is going to win. I do think it's a very competitive and close fight, and I'm going to say 60% Volkanovski, 40% Ortega. Volkanovski is just not going to leave enough openings for Ortega to capitalize on, and I think it will be a kind of frustrating fight for Ortega. Anyway guys, that's the end of this video. If you enjoy my content, please remember to like, please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time I drop a new video. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you thought. Maybe you agree or maybe you disagree with something I said. Let me know, and I'll see you all in the next one.